Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode on the Lovers Priestess. If you're new here, welcome. I am your host Gaby, and if you are returning, thank you guys so much for your continuous support. I love you guys so much. You guys have been such an amazing part of this journey. You continue to motivate me, and I'm just so happy to share this journey with you. So if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me on the Lovers Priestess on Instagram. Connect with me, DM me. I love hearing from you guys. A lot of these episodes that I do are actually recommended by my followers. So if there's anything you want to know, anything you want me to talk about, please let me know. I'm waiting for you. I am so waiting to connect with all of you. Okay, so who am I? If you're new here, if you don't already know me, again, I am Gaby. I am a certified spiritual healer. I am a soul healing mentor. I read tarot cards and I do Akashic Records consultation to help you heal and unlock your highest timeline effortlessly. This soul healing mentor masterclass that I have, I'm so excited to finally share this with you because you guys and we all have something in our soul that needs working on. No matter how much affirmations, journaling prompts, those things don't necessarily heal the deep root cause of what is stopping us from fully achieving and manifesting everything that we desire effortlessly. So this class spans over 5 weeks where you work one-on-one with me, and we will heal your soul every week, because at the end of 5 weeks, I guarantee you will no longer have fear of facing your traumas, your triggers, and you will become so powerful. You will become so connected with Source yourself, your higher self, that you will just be able to manifest things like that. And that's a guarantee, because you probably know that I've been taking some time off from doing this podcast. And the whole reason I did that is because I have been taking time to heal my soul, find my purpose, and understand what is it that I want to do with you. And that is why now I am more confident than ever, and I am so excited to be able to share this with you, because you and we need to heal together as a collective energy. I am here, and healing can be scary. It can be lonely, but it doesn't have to be. When you have a safe space and someone you trust, which, hello, get to know me, I will become your new bestie. And I am so excited because I will motivate you every single day to focus on how to love yourself even more and place yourself on that pedestal, because you deserve to be up there. And once you are able to reach there effortlessly, oh my goodness, your life will forever change. And trust me, when I mentioned the other day that the energies have been feeling so heavy recently, and I've been having to deal with past traumas and triggers that they've been resurfacing like crazy, I can now just look at them and be like, okay, I understand why you're here. I'm fine, and I can do this. And I can look at my traumas and my triggers with gratitude, with love, knowing that I have overcome it all, and that all of that is just a reminder to remind me who I was before and who I am now. And I'm so excited for you to start this journey with me. Now, anyway, back to the episode. As you already see in the title, we are talking about how to heal our soul and attract more money, releasing all the money blocks. Let's talk about it. So, a lot of you know that as much as we don't want to really think about it, let's be real here, money is everything in our life right now. As much as spirituality tells you that material things don't matter, let's be honest with ourselves, it does. In this world now, in this day and age, it really does. If you don't have money, you don't have a home. If you don't have money, you don't have food. It's inevitable. It's not something that we can deny. We need money because we need to survive in this world. And I know lately prices have been skyrocketing. It's been hard on everyone, you and me in total. I'll be honest with you, I've been having some family issues recently that has kind of taken a toll in terms of how I used to view money, and now it's, of course I've done my healing, so now it's, I'm all good, everything is good, everything is easy, everything is great. So sometimes things like that will happen to you, And they put you in a space where you suddenly start to doubt your worth because you're not seeing the funds come in as much as you thought it would, and then you tend to doubt yourself and put yourself down. Okay, so that's the first money block that we're going to uncover. Now, I was talking to a client of mine the other day, and of course, I'm allowed to share this part, is that she's been facing a little bit of money troubles. And the thing is, she's not the only one. There's so many of you that have been facing a lot of money troubles during this time, and your energy tends to feel drained because you're so caught up in trying to make more money, and nothing's working. You've done the courses, you've done the affirmations, you've done the journaling prompts, you've done the visualization, but nothing's coming through. And that's because deep down you don't feel worthy. Now let me tell you something. This is so important for you to remember. The worth that you carry within is not defined by how much is in your bank account. Okay? That is where you go wrong. You start to feel down because your bank account has a certain amount of money that's not enough, or it's not ideal of exactly where you want to be right now, and then you start to feel worthless. That is not you. Remember, money is energy. It really is. Okay? Do not think that you are unworthy just because your bank account has a certain amount of money. Okay, it does not define your worth. People could have loads and millions of dollars and still feel unworthy, and people could have nothing and still feel unworthy. This is why I'm talking about healing your soul, because when you heal your soul, you will start to see your life as worthy of living and worthy of enjoying everything that's in front of you. And when you reach that state of mind where you can be like, I love my life. Oh my God, my life is so beautiful. But not just from a part where you're trying to give yourself affirmations, like false affirmations, like you're just trying to tell yourself to make yourself feel better, but you genuinely feel it inside that you are worthy of enjoying your life, and you are worthy of enjoying every single thing that you desire. Money comes to you like that. I'm telling you, it works, because I used to have this huge money block with money where I believed that I always had to work hard, do more, go out of my way to make a little bit of money, a little bit of extra money, because the way that I grew up as well, I didn't come from a rich background. I really didn't. But I was blessed enough to know that my mom, she worked hard to make sure I could have everything. And even though compared to the people that I went to school with or people that I was with, they were so much more like richer than I was. So I always felt like I was in a scarcity mindset because of the way that I grew up. And then because I started working at 16 and I took a job in Hong Kong that actually is considered a high-paying job in Hong Kong. I started that at 16. I started working full-time at 16. I didn't have the opportunity to go to a normal university or anything like that. I worked hard to get to where I am today, when all of a sudden I realized, oh my goodness, really, I should have focused on this, because I've always had this calling to do this when I was younger, but because I was so focused on making more money that I didn't even get a chance to do this. And at that time, it was so silly because the job that I had was paying me less than 10 grand a month for working so many hours. And I thought I was so lucky to be able to make this amount of money at 16. And now looking back, I was overworked like crazy. And so you grow up with this belief that you have to keep working more to make more. And so when all of a sudden you don't have the money that you think you should have reflecting in your bank account, despite all the work that you've been doing, you start to feel unworthy, right? You start to compare yourself to other people. You start to compare yourself to richer people, celebrities, and stuff like that. And then you don't feel good enough. But you shouldn't feel that way. Let me just remind you that every single person, regardless a celebrity, a millionaire, whoever they are, we're all human beings, and we all started on some certain level. I know that some of you might be saying, yeah, but they were born rich. So what if they were born rich? They have other problems they're facing too. You can ask many people who are millionaires who feel empty inside, and they're not happy with the money that they have. So we as a collective, because we're doing this soul healing journey, because we're understanding how money is energy, we have to focus on healing ourselves and finding the completion of our soul inside, so that that reflects later on in our money. Because if, let's say, this other thing that I've learned from the Akashic Records as they've been guiding me, and I've been so blessed. And again, if you are ready to open your soul's library, please connect with me. I will open your Akashic Records and we will talk about it, and we will learn about it together. The Akashic Records have been guiding me through this, and they've been telling me that sometimes the universe will hold back your abundance from you because you are not happy in your life right now. What more if it comes with all that money, they give you all this money, and you don't know what to do with it? You end up feeling more empty, or you end up spending it all because of the emptiness that you're feeling inside. You're filling it with a void. You're trying to spend more money, buy more things, do more things to make other people happy or make yourself look good, when deep down you're not fully there. And so that's why sometimes the universe has to hold back your funds. Now remember, your funds are there, okay? It is your birthright to actually have an abundant amount of money, because we're all actually very rich, okay? So let's not forget that abundance is our birthright. It really is. And I know it is so easy to forget that when you grew up poor, or forget that when you're currently facing difficult financial situations. Now, I'm not asking you to pretend that you have money. I find that pretending doesn't necessarily help. Even though we say that we can trick our subconscious mind into believing a certain situation in our lives, it will only be there for like a certain amount of time, and then your subconscious mind will come back to your old limiting beliefs, and then you'll remember, wait a minute, that's not my true story, that's not really who I am, that's not really how I feel, and then you're holding yourself back, and hello, limiting beliefs, we are here again. And so that's why it is so important for you to recognize that your worth is not defined by the amount of money you have in your bank account. Your worth is how you feel deep down inside. How much are you investing in yourself? Not people around you, not the situation around you. I understand a lot of you are nurturing caregivers who believe that your money will benefit other people, which is fantastic, which is amazing. We do not want to stop giving good out into the world, because good karma always comes back to you. Yes, that is the truth. But if you are bleeding yourself dry to make someone else happy, do you understand that you are no longer seeing yourself as someone who is worthy of keeping the money? Do you understand that? Because you do believe, I'm doing good, I can provide this person with anything that they need, I can be a provider. But at the end of the day, you're bleeding yourself dry. Do you have enough for yourself? Now, I'm not saying spending money going shopping is necessary for you to feel good about yourself, but at the end of the day, it's always good to help someone else. But at the same time, what are you doing for yourself? At the end of the day, you give them so much, and then you feel like, oh no, I have nothing left. And then you come back to your limiting beliefs. You come back to feeling unworthy because the money that you initially had is not suddenly all gone. I'm not saying be selfish. Not telling you to be selfish. Not telling you to not do your responsibility as a family breadwinner or a caregiver. No. But know your limit. If that thing right now is not important for you to spend on right now, it's okay to tell yourself, yes, your words that you speak out is also very important. Yes, I know that when I say sometimes your affirmations don't work, is because you're telling yourself a lie that you haven't fully healed, and then you don't actually end up believing in it. But it is important to still maintain that words of affirmations, as in like, you don't say I can't afford that right now. You can say something like, this is not really as important right now, I'll wait until later to get it. It's as simple as changing that, okay? Because then you remind yourself, I'm not poor, I'm not broke, this is just not as important right now, and I'll come back to it later on, okay? Yes. For me, I've noticed my money blocks. Now, I don't know how many of you can relate to this, so just let me know, DM me, comment below, let me know if this resonates with you. But my money blockages was definitely rooted on the feeling of unworthiness. It was definitely rooted in, because I grew up in such a scarcity mindset that that's all I know. And it's nobody's fault, because my parents were also just learning. They're in this lifetime for the first time too. I mean, in terms of being consciously awake. I definitely felt so unworthy of having money, and I definitely felt like, because I was trying to please other people or seem a certain way, I was always bleeding myself dry. And in the end, I was feeling like, why am I doing this? How does this benefit me? Why? And I realized it's because I'm constantly trying to seek approval for love. Okay, it's not even about the money, but I did the soul searching, I did the soul healing, and it is because, again, my life path number, by the way, is 6, which is the Lovers, and I give a lot of love, and I give a lot of affection, and my whole driven purpose is for love. And that can be a beneficial thing for me, and also a downfall for me, because I care so much about the people that I love, and I want to please them, and I want to make them happy, that I end up giving out all my energy and not having anything for myself left. And that was my money block. Do you see that sometimes your money blocks isn't even directly linked to money? It is how you see yourself. It is how you heal yourself. It is how you perceive your life. And that's the reason why, by the way, in my course, when you join my course, initially I will take your name, your date of birth, and I will give you a full numerology reading, because we will discover your life path, your expression, your personality, your karmic depths, your karmic lessons, everything that you need to learn in this lifetime and overcome. And then we will work from there to navigate through your Akashic Records and heal your soul. And every day I will pull out tarot cards for you, so that you can have this knowledge of what you need to focus on that day, energetically wise. And at the same time, every week after we do our Akashic Record session, we will do a meditation for your soul that you will carry on throughout the week until we meet again. So every week we will go on an Akashic Records phone call to heal your soul and do a deep dive to understanding your blocks. Because when I found out that my blocks with money wasn't even about money, it was about love and wanting love, and having to heal that and having to overcome the need to please others was a bit of a tricky thing for me, because I've been a people pleaser my whole life. And I will share this with you, is because when I was younger, I came from a broken family, and when my dad left, I was like, obviously I felt abandoned. So I have abandonment issues, and I have these kinds of feelings where I constantly don't feel safe and I don't feel loved, and so that energetically would hinder all my manifesting abilities. Of course, in different aspects, I have different blocks that were blocking me too, but I'll get into that in a later episode, because today we're talking about money. So once I finally work through that and heal that, oh my god, money comes into me so easily. Like, I think this month alone, I've made my biggest sale in like forever. And I am so grateful to you guys, because it's because of you guys that this is happening and this is possible. And this is the reason why I'm doing this, because I believe in you, and I believe that you are worthy of becoming so abundant in your life. I just want you to get there, because you don't understand how freeing it is right now. I have never been so confident in myself until this freaking year. This is the first time this year that I have felt so much more aligned with my energy, aligned with my soul's purpose. And here I am guiding you guys now. So now we've talked about my blocks. We're gonna talk about you. I want you to take this practice on with you for the next week or so, and then come back to me. Let me know if this works for you, okay? You're going to take a piece of paper, okay? And you are going to write down at the top, why am I having difficulty attracting money? Okay, I want you to think about that. Is it one, you tend to spend money more than what you have? Is it that you're just not in a place to receive, as in maybe the work that you're in right now does not value you enough, and so they're not giving you the pay that you deserve? Okay? Is it that you are just not taking aligned action right now to bring in more money? And I don't mean work your ass off. I don't mean put yourself to work through day and night. No, I'm talking about energetically aligning yourself to receive. Are you not able to picture yourself, okay, finding a way to receive? As in, like, we don't realize this, but just because we are on a certain career path, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's always for us to make more money. Like, I thought teaching was for me to make more money, yet here I am starting a spiritual business. I'm so proud of myself for helping people heal, and it has brought me more money than my teaching job. So maybe your soul is looking for a change. So write it down, okay? And really take your time to think about it. Be honest with yourself. If you're still unsure, please contact me. You don't have to join my course if financially right now that's not for you. But you can book a session with me, an Akashic Records session. You can book a tarot reading session with me. Those are my lower cost services, if that's something you feel called to do, just to have an initial understanding of what it is that's blocking you. Maybe you're really unsure about what it is, and we can talk about it. And from there, you can work on it. But it's just sitting there and getting real with yourself. Because being honest with yourself and being real with yourself is not meant to be a scary thing. It is not meant to be something that pushes you away or makes you fear that you're doing something worse just because you're feeling low about yourself. Sometimes you have to face these things, you have to face these emotions so that you can heal through them. No matter how much you say you've healed or how much you say you've done, if those emotions are coming back up again, it is for a reason. And you have to just face them head on. Not in a like, I don't like this about myself, I've healed through this, there's no way, I'm too good for this. I'm all for believing that you're too good for anything, okay? But your soul knows best. Your soul knows that you are asked to face these things because you still have some healing to do. We cannot heal our money blocks until we know what it is. Not everyone has the same money block. It's not about just the belief. It's not about just the affirmations, the journaling prompts. It's not just that. You can do that all you like and still see no result because deep down you're not actually there. I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound really harsh, but I'm just spitting facts here because I've personally learned this. I have done the courses, trust me, I have joined this person's course into healing money blocks and kind of trying to set my energy to attract abundantly, and it didn't work for me. It just didn't work for me. Now, I'm not saying that it didn't work for other people, but it didn't work for me because deep down, even though it was like very generic, like journaling prompts, you have to believe in this, you have to visualize like this, I wasn't healing the core problem of what it was blocking me, you know? I was just pushing other things on top of it without actually healing the core. And so that's why it didn't work for me. And some people will say, oh, it worked for me, wonderful. That's because you already have such a wonderful way of viewing yourself that I'm so proud of you, because that's amazing. But there's so many of us out there, like you and me, who don't understand why, no matter how much work we put into doing the affirmations, the prompts, the everything that we've been asked to do, like baby Neville Goddard will just tell you, you have to believe in it before you see it. Yes, there are so many ways to do it, but there's also so many out there like you and me who don't understand why we see no results no matter how much time we take and put into doing that. And if you know someone like that, please, I beg of you, share this episode with them, because it could help them tremendously. I know that if someone came to me and told me that they understood personally my money blocks, I would have signed up for that course instantly. Because that's the reason why I'm doing it one-on-one, because everybody heals differently. Everybody has a different perception of their life, of themselves, of their money blocks, of their manifestation blocks. And a lot of us need to heal in order to get to that level. And so that's why I'm doing this, and that's why I feel so strongly about this. Because you and I, if you're listening to this, trust me, it is scary to even have to face these triggers within. It is so scary to have to face your shadows. But once you do, oh my goodness, it is so freeing, it is so relieving, and you will no longer feel the heaviness no matter what. No matter what astrologists say, like, oh, you know, Mercury retrograde is here, this and that. I realized that once I've healed my soul, I am no longer affected by any of that, because I know how powerful I am. I know how strong I am. The only thing that I will use to my benefit is if there's a retrograde coming, or if there's a full moon coming, or anything like that. I use it to just be compassionate with myself and look at my past traumas with love. Give my inner child a hug, my ego some compassion. It has become so easy, and it can be for you too. Okay guys, I know I've talked so much this episode, but I feel so strongly and passionate about this, and I'm so ready for you to heal. And if you are ready for this too, please reach out to me. I look so forward to be able to work with you and heal you and just raise our vibrations together. I'm sending you guys so much love.